Good morning. It's Friday, end of a week. For some, it's looking forward to the weekend. We want to finish off this week with peace. I want to finish off in John chapter 16 in verse number 33. We've been looking at great peace have they which love the law, Isaiah. We looked at John chapter 14. But here in John 16:33, these things have I spoken unto you. Now remember, he started in John 14 with a dialogue, 14, 15, 16. Chapter 14, don't be afraid, let not your hearts be troubled. John 15, abide in me, like a branch abides in the vine. And we get through chapter 16, he says, these things have I spoken unto you, that in me you might have peace. In the world ye shall have tribulation, but be of good cheer, I have overcome the world. Now, here we have the key. Not a secret, the key. A couple of things in this verse. Number one, let me start with the negative, okay? In the world ye shall have tribulation. Now, the tribulation, the idea, of course, is difficulties, trials, persecutions, being burdened, and so on, all that. Now, not something that I certainly don't get up first thing in the morning, oh man, I can't wait for some tribulation, trials, and difficulties to come my way. I am a weakling when it comes to that. I do not pray for that, ask for that. But Jesus said this is what you're going to have. Now let's look at the cheer part. As Jesus said, but be of good cheer. I have overcome the world. I am the overcomer. Now, let's go to the first part of this verse. These things have I spoken to you. Jesus talked to the disciples in chapter 14, 15, and 16. And he's mentioned these things because he's going to be going to crucifixion soon. And they're going to lose heart there for a while. But he says, I've spoken unto you these things. I've told you these things that in me you might have peace. Not in the situations that's going around you, not in how well things are going or the political scheme or financial, economic, and all that relationship matters. It's not in that you have peace. We ought to have peace in the midst of that. When that tribulation comes, if I don't have perfect peace, if I don't have great peace because of where it ought to come from, I'm going to fall apart. So in the world we'll have tribulation, but Jesus says that in me, my focus, my attention is in him. Because of him, in him. My trust is in him, not in my circumstance. My trust should be in him, not in how well economically everything is going or financially it's going for me or politically things are going in. As we look at the world, it's a great upheaval. And times are being more uncertain. Jesus said to his disciples, men, all these things that I've told you so that you will understand that your peace comes from abiding in me, as we saw in John, as you can see in John chapter 15, right at the beginning. So he assures them of a place prepared for them in John 14. And until then, he says, abide in me, be a part of me, as the branch cannot of its own bear fruit. It needs to be attached to the vine. This is what Jesus is saying. You need to be attached to me. You need your strength from me. You need your spiritual nourishment from me. You need your sustenance from me. You need everything from me. In me, I am. As Jesus said, I am. I am that peace. Our security is in him, not in what's offered around us. Great peace have they which love thy law, and nothing shall offend them. Not get all worked up, agitated, irritated, stumbling through because things are not going the way we want them to go. Great peace have they which love thy law. Jesus said, I'm going to give you peace, not like you see in the world, based on temporal things, but based on who I am. Jesus is saying, that's the true peace that we can have. Do you have a love for God's word because you have a love for God? Is your mind stayed upon him? Are you meditating upon the Lord? Are you a disciple? Are you learning the teacher? Jesus is saying, in me, learn the Father, because in me you will have peace. And that peace will be perfect. That peace will be great because of where it's fixed. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you'll have a great weekend. And we'll see you next week, Monday morning. Have a great weekend.